The resurgence of skull imagery accompanied punk culture and is related to anxiety over the spread of AIDS, as well as the escalating threats of nuclear war and ecological disasters. The colors of the skulls are literally shocking in their brilliance, originality, and unexpected juxtapositions. A pink skull against a green, turquoise, and apricot background. A beige skull which throws a black and scarlet shadow against an olive green and peacock blue ground. A Genetian blue skull with a jonquil yellow shadow and black and gunmetal ground. The placing of the skull varies, as do the shadow shapes, and the expression of the grinning skull differs in each painting, even though it was printed by the same screen throughout. The skull paintings are not only striking in size, but the luscious brushwork and color give this macabre subject a contradictory lyricism and gripping beauty. Skull, 1976. Skull, 1976. The shadow of the skull looks like the head of a fetus, thus death and life are here juxtaposed. Warhol subtly emphasized the fetal-shaped black shadow by placing it against a second colored shadow, which encompasses it and sets it off against the surface on which the skull is located. The beginnings of life, the fetus with its bulging head and tiny upturned nose, is here contrasted with the huge grinning skull with black, empty eye sockets. Self-portrait, Polaroid photograph, 1977. In this photograph, the vacuous, empty eye sockets of the skull make all the more riveting Warhol's eyes and his complex expression. Warhol's usually albino chalk skin is given a ruddy glow by makeup. Though his glance does not focus toward the spectator, his parted lips, with perhaps the beginning of a smile, suggest an accessibility that is markedly unusual in his self-portraits. The grinning skull on his shoulder, supported by a hand, seems in conversation with the artist. Self-portrait with skull, 1978. When Warhol was 50, he did a self-portrait based on a photo in this series. Warhol painted freely on the canvas, yellow, blue, red, and white, and then printed his own features and those of the skull in black outline. Both Warhol and the skull appear more spectral in the painting. The artist's face seems to disintegrate in front of our eyes. Oxidation painting, 1978. Oxidation painting, 1978. Shadows, 1978. When hung edge to edge in a large gallery, the paintings flow rhythmically around the four walls, encompassing the viewer with brilliant flashes of color in the flame-shaped repeated image, which is set against a richly black background. Shadows, detail, 1978. A second image, an attenuated triangle with a blurred left edge and two sloping vertical areas below, is repeated many times, usually in black against brilliant color, turquoise, apricot, scarlet, a sharp chartreuse, and a soft first spring green. The shadows unfold on walls, creating a nightmare world, a shifting kaleidoscope of brilliant full-color life set against the black shadows of a final darkness. Shadows, 1978. Big Retrospective, 1979. Diamond Dust Shadows, 1979. Diamond Dust Shoes, 1980. Diamond Dust Shoes, 1980. Modern Madonna, 1980-81. The drawing of the mother with child is a 20th century version of the Madonna Lactans, or the mother with the nursing Christ child. The contours of the figures have an immediacy unusual in Warhol's work. It is also unusual in the way the figures fill the page, indeed seem to expand their limited space. The expression of absorption as the mother looks down upon her suckling baby and the dreamy gaze of the sensually satisfied child are arresting. Cross, red, 1982. Nothing in Warhol's previous work prepares the viewer for this astonishing first large religious painting, The Scarlet Cross. Its grandeur, its spiritual resonance, and its sheer beauty are striking. The glowing cross levitates against a velvety black background. The feathering of the black paint along the edge of the cross delineates its side and then merges into the encompassing blackness. Cross, yellow, 1982. Warhol, with his usual sense for drama, made the size of the painting taller than the average adult and its width greater than the average arm span. Thus, the cross is large enough to bear an adult human body. But rather than suggesting the cross of crucifixion, this cross seems ethereal as it levitates before the viewer. It is a stunning painting, a joyous and breathtaking painting. Crosses, 12, 1981-82. Small wooden crosses, the kind available at religious supply houses, were multicolored, arranged in rows, or randomly placed. They suggest the simple crosses used in military cemeteries, row on row, an appropriate association for the Spanish Civil War. The lively staccato pattern of the small crosses against a dark background seems decorative and two-dimensional in contrast to the majesty of the single large cross paintings. They were done for an exhibition in Madrid, a show entitled Guns, Knives, and Crosses. Eggs, 1982. The egg has a long history of symbolic associations, from the prehistoric tombs in Russia and Sweden, where clay eggs are presumed to be emblems of immortality, to the Easter eggs, which symbolized resurrection. Warhol's mother had followed the Byzantine Easter practice of painting eggs. Warhol's first egg designs were small works on paper, but he also did large silk-screened canvases in a range of brilliant colors that correspond to those available in the Pass egg dyeing kits to be found in supermarkets at Easter time. These paintings have stunning designs, with the figure and ground locked together in a breathtaking balance. The colored eggs seem to both tumble freely against the black background and to be integrated into space, suspended but immovable. They can be seen as exuberant abstract designs or as a kind of doxology, a cry of praise. Leonardo da Vinci, The Annunciation, 1472. Warhol's manipulation of the Renaissance paintings was through radical cropping, so that the subject matter of the original is all but unreadable. In addition, the subtle and darker palette of the Renaissance masters is replaced by a cacophony of day-glow colors that assault and delight the eyes. Details of the Renaissance paintings. Leonardo da Vinci, The Annunciation, 1472, 1984. This canvas shows the angel Gabriel kneeling on a grassy, flower-bestrewn lawn before the Virgin, who sits at an elaborate and obtrusive lectern. Warhol has eliminated